Suzanne Lyons here, and welcome back to the 10 tips to wrapping up 2011. How fun is this? We are on tip number 5, and I know we had Thanksgiving last week, and yes, okay, maybe I allowed you to take the weekend off. That's the last time you're getting a weekend off, only because it was Thanksgiving. And now you're back. Come on back. And as I promised you, I have a special guest, Maya Zimmerman, who has been a friend of mine for, oh my gosh, a long, long, long time. Very amazing producer. She's an independent producer, but what's so unique is she specializes in international production, and she's somebody who makes things happen. When I ran into her, I think it was like a year and a half ago, she said, yeah, I think I'm going to make a movie, Suzanne. Yeah, I'm going to make the movie, because she'd been working in sales and in distribution. And then I run into her again this year. She's not only made the movie, but it's won just about every award on the planet. But she's in post on the second movie. And she's in development on the third one, which is already being set up and has the financing and ready to go. It's like, I'm going, guys, it's been a year and a half. Come on. It's an unbelievable woman. And why I invited her today specifically for this particular tip, today is about accomplishment. And I think we have to drill this one into us like crazy, because we're not brought up, Maya, with this distinction. I promise you. If anything, your mums and dads, this is the only mistake your mums and dads made, okay? The only one, I promise. Everything else they did great. You turned out great. Here's the place they messed up, is they told you to not brag and not toot your own horn. Well, guess what? I'm telling you, I want you to toot your own horn. I want you to make that list of accomplishments. What are all the great things you've done this year? And you know why? Because we spend the time thinking, oh, well, Suzanne, this is what I didn't get done. This is what didn't happen. This is where I messed up this year. This is what I didn't do right. No, list the accomplishments. Share the accomplishments. And she feels the same way as I do. So, Maya, I'm going to let you run with it. What is it that you feel that is so important for us to get this distinction in our bones?
Thank you so much for having me here, because it's interesting. I grew up in Switzerland.
You do?
Yes, and there even more so, I think, than even in Germany or in the United States. It's about being humble. It's about not bragging.
Right.
Our parents, they can brag about us, but we ourselves, and they do, which is kind of nice.
That's true, and I'm Canadian, so I think you're right.
We're kind of similar in
different.
that, for sure not. But it's so true, and you know what? It's been more than 10 years that I took Flash Forward, because I came in 2001, and it must have been now 2011 is wrapping up. And I remember very vividly, I'm not sure if it was you or Heidi, saying that you guys, and you probably remember that better, that you guys start celebrating every little accomplishment.
Every little.
Because if you don't, you miss it. And with our team, I brought that ones up when we were in pre-production. Because
Really?
we just had a little accomplishment that we got a sales agent hooked up early on. And I said, guys, this is pretty big. And then there's like a moment of well, but we're not there yet. And said, yes, we are. We are there right now. And this is a moment to celebrate. So it's the little milestones that are very important, because otherwise you miss it. And I learned that from you guys. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. But did you hear what she's saying? It's like so many, oh my God, this is so good. Because usually we wait.
Yes.
And we wait. And we wait for the big ones. Oh, well, Suzanne, it's just a little award.
Never enough,
it's not the Academy Award.
Yeah.
No, it's an award. And you shared this stuff with your with her crew and cast on a movie, where it's like, hey guys, guess what? We got a sales agent early on. That's big.
That's big.
You know, so even though we haven't finished the movie yet and it hasn't made $1 million or whatever, no, we got one thing. Let's celebrate that.
And I'm telling you, if the big one comes, and we had, and I can go into it, we had a movie in Cannes this year, and that, believe you me, for me, that was big.
Having a movie in Cannes.
And not in the market, but in the selection of Cannes, in the Quinzaine de Réalisateur. And that was really a dream come true for our whole team. But when that moment comes, it's natural. It's the next logical step. So it's very important to celebrate every little step.
Exactly.
And of course, then after Cannes, you can say, yeah, but it hasn't sold this and that. It's never enough.
Yeah.
So take the moment and make it enough for right now.
Wow.
Because you're really paving the platform, you're creating the soil for something that can grow again. If you have this accomplishment, this appreciation, this gratitude of what you have right now, then you have already then you're already there.
Yeah.
Because the small accomplishments are as big as the big, and whatever is big.
Yeah.
I mean, in our business, big is a weekend.
Yeah.
But even for the big Hollywood studios, they open up, and then on Monday, or on Tuesday, they're already thinking of the next weekend.
Exactly.
So you're never going to be happy if you're looking for the next biggest. Be happy where you are, and it will find you. So I
Very
think
nice.
accomplishments are very important, but don't you think on, oh, if only I had the movie, if only somebody optioned my script, if only I found that actor, if only I have an agent.
Right.
So many people are pushing that power away to somebody else. Oh, if only somebody would discover me, if only somebody would give me a chance to show my movie, if only a sales agent would take us on, then everything would happen.
Yeah.
But take it back, because you do have the power to have a good idea. You do have the power to create your team. You do have the power to pick up the phone and make the next step. And that is so... What I love about producing is that we don't have to wait for other people to tell us what to do.
But also, I think what you were saying, too, I just want to underline, is it's not just about getting the agent or doing whatever. It's the fact that I would say one of the accomplishments is I wrote 5 pages today.
Yes.
I wrote...
Yes.
I finished the screenplay.
Yes, I made that call.
I made that phone call. So it's all of those little things.
Sure.
I'm not saying you have to go out and get a bottle of champagne. I might for every single one. But hey,
Sure. Yeah.
but what you want to do is kind of, claim it. Be proud of it. Like putting a stake in the ground.
Yeah.
Hey, I wrote those 5 pages today because I said I would, or I got to that meeting on time because that was an accomplishment for me. That's something that I want to claim that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I when I did my first short film, I had like a running partner. I had a good friend who was working on another project at a time, and we would call one another sometimes 2 or 3 times a day just to share the good news.
Nice.
And I would encourage everybody, if you have somebody, and if you don't have anybody, just take a notebook and start writing down every little accomplishment by the end of the day or in the morning, and say, I got that call. I made that submission. I got a call back. I found an article I really liked.
Right.
This gave me a good idea. I wrote those 5 pages because we never stop and look over our shoulders and say, my God, how far have we come?
No, what we're looking for is all the stuff that didn't happen.
Sure.
Oh, I said I was going to write 10 and I only wrote 5. Well, yes, look, I wrote 5. Yay,
Yes.
I'll do those other 5 tomorrow. But hey, yay, good for me. I'm somebody who doesn't know how to, not very good at keeping, to writing 1 page. And I wrote 5. Yippee!
Yes.
Yippee! It's like,
Excellent.
let's have those yippee moments.
Yes. And have somebody who can share that with.
Yeah.
They say, shared joy is double joy.
Oh, nice.
So, and somebody who's genuinely then with you, and you feel like, because sometimes we forget. Sometimes it's like a lot of things are going on right now. A lot of things are going on, which is what one of my big goals was. I wanted to be a working producer. I wanted to be somebody who has respect for what I do and carve out the niche, and I think I found it.
Yes,
for me,
you
being
did.
originally from Europe, speaking different languages, having lived here in Hollywood for a while, always independently, now branching out to Latin America, I found a place where I feel really comfortable, where I'm appreciated, where I know there's more to flow.
Nice.
And this is so nice that I can juggle multiple projects.
Nice.
Because that's the beauty of a producer.
Yeah.
We can develop, we can be in post-production, we can be in physical photography right now, in principal photography, all at the same time.
At the same time.
And
I do it too.
And nowadays, if you have a laptop, if you have a BlackBerry, you are everywhere, and you can be your own little studio.
Exactly.
And you don't have to wait for somebody to give you permission.
Yeah, it's so great. I am so thrilled that you were able to come and join me today. This is so good, because this is a big one. This is a big one for a lot of us, because we're trained not to do this. We're trained not to stake our claim, in our accomplishments, and not to list our accomplishments. We look at all the things that didn't happen. So what you're underlining is all, and what you're emphasizing is saying is, no, It's okay. In fact, do it. Look for the small things even along the way. What are your accomplishments? Make a list of those accomplishments. Share those accomplishments. Be present to those accomplishments on a moment-by-moment, daily, weekly, monthly basis. And start to get in the practice of that. And I just thank you for your wisdom and your advice to everybody who's watching today. And I thank you for coming over and being here. This is so wonderful. Guys, you know, you're getting a big treat here. I hope you realize this big treat that you're getting with somebody like Maya joining us. Very cool.
No, it's a fun environment. It's a fun group of people who gravitate to work with one another.
It's
and
true.
We go way back when.
Yeah, way back. Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay, everybody, join me next time. For tip number 6, which is another fun one. I love this. So I love the whole 10 tips on wrapping up the year. So many times we jump into the next year without completing and without really acknowledging and appreciating who we are. And so these tips are, I think they're gold. Honest to God, what was coming out of your mouth was gold. And I just think these things are so fantastic. So thanks for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday for tip number 6. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.